What is going on, everybody? It is Dylan with Astrodfs, and in today's video, I'm going over the Monday Night Showdown between the Eagles and the Packers. And before we get into that, recapping the Sunday main line and just go over my lineup, kind of go over the slate, and then we'll get right back into the showdown. So if you guys aren't interested, we'll have the timestamp to go forward into the showdown. So looking at this is the $25 double up. This is the giant. This is the one that I use as a reference every week. So if you guys are looking for more of a tournament line, you can go and check the Millie line out there. I use this as cash. I did not have a good day yesterday. The Josh Allen played good, just not good enough when you had someone like Jackson Dart going off. And then I went with a different build than most. I went with a cheaper running back duo. So I went the Judkins and Dowdle. And Judkins just didn't have a good game. If I played Trevion Henderson or went the HN route, probably had a good day like most did, but I did not. I tried to fade HN and it did not work. Went with Puka. Puka had the worst game he's had all season outside the injuries. So that one hurt. And then I went with the Rome Wandell build, which that one, Rome did good enough, but Wandell didn't when you had someone like Parker Washington, Juwan Jennings, those type of guys who were cheaper. And higher owned, had really good games. Went with Hunter Henry at the tight end. Just did not want to get burnt by Hunter Henry. And unfortunately, Hunter Henry did not do anything. Played Schultz, who did really good for me, thankfully, in the Texans defense, who did really good for me as well. It's just, I did not go as into the owned plays as most did. I tried to fade it. And unfortunately this week, if you played a good amount of the ownership, it did pay off, right? Just going up to where a lot of these lines were. If you went HN, you probably had a good day. Even if a lot of people played, I don't know if we can have a JJ line, if anyone played them up here. Yeah, but if you played JJ right, this is where the cutoff was about 164.5. If you played JJ, you had a really good day because you probably went with HN or CMC, or you pay down for Trevion. So, but yeah, if a lot of people played JSN, he outscored Puka. Juwan Jennings, like I said, had a really good game. If you played Trey McBride, an amazing game. This is back-to-back weeks where tight ends really benefited your main line if you played them. And then, yeah, some other plays. So, like, JSN outscored Puka, so that was a big thing. That was one of the things I talked about, right? Puka got 17, JSN got 20. Neither one, like none of the top receivers actually had a good game. So if you played them, they did all right, but didn't benefit. But this one, Tez Johnson was another one, right? Tez Johnson at 4,500, 40% owned in this, got you 20 points. Parker Washington, 24.6, got 17.9. Zay Flowers, a lot of people played 12. So yeah, like if you went with this line, which this is where a lot of the ownership was, you had a really good day. So I tried to fade where a lot of people went, and unfortunately did not go the right way. But now let's get into the video. So going over this, it's an expensive slate. It's a very expensive slate. We get 4 players over 10K in this one, and only one above 11 or at 11 in Jalen Hurts. Value side, we get some value, but not the greatest. So let's get into it. From a Philly side, Green Bay's corners have played good. They've definitely played a lot better with the talent that they have. They've played the run really good. So all of this is saying to fade Hurts and Barkley, and I kind of want to go against it. I think if Philly is going to have success today, it's going to be through Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. We have not seen a high enough consistency from this Eagle pass game, right? AJ Brown has two good games this season. The rest have been pretty just terrible, right? Especially at his price points he's been at. He's at a very steep price today as well, at 9,200, more expensive than the Green Bay guys. And same thing for Devontae. Devontae's had a little more consistency than AJ Brown this season, and the pass game has clicked lately for the Eagles. But in this one, I'm going to target the run game. I think if Philly is going to win, they're going to win by dominating the clock, using Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, and using someone like a Dallas Goedert, right? I like Dallas Goedert at his price point. I'd rather target him in this one than A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. It's not saying that I don't think A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith are very talented and have a huge upside, right? They have a higher ceiling than Dallas Goedert by far. And Saquon Barkley has, I mean, really not performed. He had a really good game against the Giants. But if I think Philly is going to win this game, which a lot of people do, a lot of the money is on Philly in this one, even though they're dogs. People are picking Philly to win this game. It's a fair total. I think we're at like 46 and a half, somewhere around there. So yeah, I'm targeting Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley. And at the top for Green Bay, I'm looking at Josh Jacobs. Philly has not played the run really good this season. Josh Jacobs, yet again, hasn't been going crazy like a lot of these fantasy performances. They're consistent, right? They're consistent. He's not having under 10 points in a game, but we're not seeing these 20-plus point performances quite often. We've only had 3 so far, and this guy has 10 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, one of the league leaders in red zone touchdowns, so I like Josh Jacobs as well. It's kind of what I'm targeting is these 3 and find value in other places. So Romeo Doubs and Dallas Goedert are kind of the 2 that I like outside of this top, right? I think Jordan Love's good. I think he has potential in this one. But I think if you're looking for the upside in this, it's going to be Josh Jacobs in the red zone getting touchdowns. Someone like Romeo Doubs. Also, with Tucker Kraft being out, Tucker Kraft was their biggest red zone threat in the pass game. Romeo Doubs was number 2. So I like Romeo Doubs in this one as well, right? If Green Bay's in the red zone, I'm looking at Romeo Doubs or Josh Jacobs to get those touchdowns. And that's what truly gets that separation in players' fantasy points. So Romeo Doubs, Josh Jacobs on the Green Bay side, Dallas Goedert, Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley on the Philly side for these pay-ups here. Now we start to get into the mid-tier. Jaden Reed's not playing as far as I know. Matthew Golden looks like he's not going to play as well. So we get Christian Watson here, who Christian Watson's had 2 okay games coming back from injury. It's just in this one, I don't know if I trust Christian Watson fully at that price point. Like if he was down here, if he was around the Luke Musgrave and the kickers prices, I feel a lot more better about it. Obviously he has the deep ball threat now for this team, which is good. Like if you want to take a long reception for Christian Watson, he's the guy to really target in this one. But I don't think Philly's going to give that up too often. So I'm kind of not liking this tier at all, right? I like Romeo Doubs and Goddard. When we get to this mid-tier, don't like. Even Luke Musgrave. Like, people, I think Luke Musgrave going forward is okay to play, but in this matchup against Philly's played tight ends pretty damn good all season. They're top 5 against tight ends, so, I mean, I don't like Luke Musgrave, who, even when Luke Musgrave and Tucker Kraft got drafted, Luke Musgrave kind of broke out and then got hurt, and then it was Tucker Kraft. Luke Musgrave still never had the ceilings that we saw out of Tucker Kraft, so I think Luke Musgrave is going to be fine moving forward. But right now, like, there is no reason someone like Luke Musgrave should be 5,400 on DraftKings. It's just not, to me, it's not playable. The kickers are definitely playable in this slate. Both teams can move the ball down the field. Both defenses have been pretty damn good in the red zone, so I'm fine with getting the kickers in this matchup, and they're at a cheap enough price. Dontavian Wicks, watch his status if he's playing or not. If he is playing, still not really interested, but it's something to watch for the price point that you get him at. Especially if Matthew Golden is out, then Dontavian Wicks is going to be on the field quite a bit. You're going to get Wicks, Dobbs, and Watson as being the top 3 options. Defenses. Do I think defenses are in play? Yes. Do I love it? Not really. I want to, in my head when I picture this game, I want to think that both offenses are efficient, move the ball down the field. Is there potential that these defenses get some turnovers? Yes, there is. There's 100% getting pressure, right? Like, when you look at both defenses, you look at all the draft capital on those, the box for those defenses. Like, Green Bay's defensive line has 3 first-round picks. They have a first-round pick linebacker behind them and a second-round pick linebacker. Eagles, just a ton of draft capital at the same time on that defensive line in first-round picks. Like, there's a lot of potential here. But on the contrary, look at how both teams have structured their offense too. Like, you look at the Packers wide receivers, like, yeah, they're higher draft capital, some second-round picks, a first-round pick in Golden. But both teams have invested in making sure their offensive line is top tier as well. So it's going to be a battle in the trenches today. I'm really excited for this game. I hope it's a lot better than what we just saw out of the Chargers game last night, because the Chargers just made that look way too damn easy against the Steelers. So I'm interested to see of how these defenses kind of point out, but I'm playing on the offensive side. I want to play for points, so I'm not really interested in the defenses. Do I think they're playable because of all the talent? Yes, I do, but I'm going to bank on the offenses being a little more efficient in this one. So going down, Emmanuel Wilson screams as a potential value pick for me. I think they're starting to not just carry the bulk load on Josh Jacobs. Obviously, he's going to get a majority of it, but I think they're going to use Emmanuel Wilson in some type of capacity today. So he's a guy I like as a value pick. And after that, like, there's not a lot. Like, maybe Tank Bigsby at 2,800, but I don't like that. Even the backup wide receivers for Green Bay, like Heath, Williams, like, their wide receiver room is banged up. It's going to be Dobbs, Watson, and probably Wicks if he plays, and outside that, I don't like it. I do want to shout John Fitzpatrick as a potential value today. Obviously, Luke Musgrave is going to be the tight end one. Like I just said, of all the things I don't like about Musgrave, maybe I'd find more value in Fitzpatrick getting on the field and producing than Luke Musgrave at his price point. So other than that, there's not a lot of value on the slate. Like I said, it's kind of like you could throw out Jahan Dotson too at 3,400. I think that's fair. He's gotten some type of volume, but the Eagles are going to be consistent with how they utilize their third wide receiver, and that is not right. He's going to make a play every now and then. We've seen it in the past where a Philly third string, which is pretty much the slot, sometimes on the outside, but they're not really included, right? It's going to go through Adrian Brown, Devontae Smith, and Dallas Goedert before it goes through that third wide receiver, no matter who it is. That's how it's going to go. On the Green Bay side, like I said, you could find value in the wide receiver depending on who is there health-wise today, but Emmanuel Wilson's pretty much the guy that stands out to me, and maybe I'm taking a punt on John Fitzpatrick. Maybe a touchdown, right? A touchdown at 1,600 pays off, so it's kind of where I'm at. So let's build this lineup and see what we could get. So let's go Josh Jacobs. Let's go Jalen Hurts. Let's go Saquon Barkley. Let's throw Wilson in there to kind of see where we're going to be at from a value, 4,800. We have 2 Philly, 2 Green Bay. Let's throw Dallas Goedert. We get 23. So let's throw Fitzpatrick in there. And yeah, so I don't like it as much, the double running back with Fitzpatrick. Maybe let's switch out and go a Dobbs instead. Let's go Romeo Dobbs. And then from a Philly side, there's not much. Let's go Calcaterra and just pray he gets a touchdown. We could have switched it and went Fitzpatrick on the Green Bay side and kind of flipped it. But yeah, that's just an example. So getting the three big names in Jacobs, Hurts, Barkley, I think is the emphasis that I want to make. And then pretty much deciding between Romeo Dobbs, Dallas Goedert, getting Emmanuel Wilson, I think is fair in this one, and then just finding another value piece. So Calcaterra, Fitzpatrick, something down here to make it so I could pay up for these guys up here. So hope you guys did enjoy the video. Let me know how your guys' Sunday went, who you guys kind of banked on, who you guys were over on. Let me know in the comments what you guys were on yesterday and if it went well or not, unlike me. So hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one.